Chapter 21, The Things Beneath. Daniel woke screaming, his throat burned and his body was slick with sweat. For a few seconds he didn't know where he was, but he only knew that he was alive. "Lily," his voice cracked. "Lily," a woman's voice answered him calmly and firmly. "You're safe now, it's all right." He blinked through the blur and found a nurse by his bedside, her hand gently pressing his shoulder back down. "You're in the town clinic," she said. "You've been out for 3 days, but rest to be sure you're safe now." The words felt impossible, but the light coming through the window was real and calming. The clean sheets and the faint smell of disinfectant, and the soothing sound of quiet, normal quiet. "Where's my sister?" he asked. "She's fine," the nurse said softly with a smile. "A little bruised and cut, burned, a little shaken, but she's resting across the hall. You both made it." Daniel stared at the ceiling, his tears welling without warning. For the first time in what felt like forever, he could catch his breath and breathe. Hours later, after the nurse changed his bandages and the rain outside gave way to a pale afternoon light, the door of his room opened. An older man stepped in, tall and broad, his face lined with exhaustion and something heavier, guilt. "Name's Mayor Collins," he said. "I thought you deserved to know what happened out there." Daniel tried to sit up. "The hounds, the shadows that killed my parents, what are they?" The mayor hesitated but then pulled a chair closer to the bed. This town wasn't always quiet and left behind for the outside safety. Back in 1980 there was a mine. I don't know what the mine's name was, it was erased from history, but the men dug too deep, thought they'd found an underground city, of ruins carved into stone older than any record. Daniel frowned. A city. "Yes, a city underground, a city made of shadows and stone," Collins said. "The walls that absorbed light and statues that changed shape when no one was looking. The miners said it whispered to them to let them out. And well, that was a mistake. After a few weeks, they started seeing things, dark things, and hounds started to roam the tunnels, voices calling their names. Then they stopped coming back." The mayor looked at his hands. "We don't know where the Shadow City is. All we know is that the salt can stop them, and that is what we live for. Stop them from going any further than this town." Daniel's skin went cold. "They're not gone," Collins shook his head slowly. "No, but the storm kept them at bay. Water, light, and salt, those still hold them back." Silence settled between them, and outside the thunder rumbled faintly over the distant hills. Was it a warning or a promise? The mayor stood up from the chair. "Rest now, son. You and your sister did what most couldn't. You survived the dark." When he left, Daniel turned his gaze toward the window. The rain streaked the glass in thin silver lines. Beyond it, the town seemed peaceful, almost washed clean. But deep below the hills, beneath the old mine, there was something ancient stirring again. It tasted the blood and it wanted more. It wanted all.